and welcome to Bees and Tea Stitching. I'm your host, Tina, and as always, this is a um, floss tube about cross stitch. And all right, hi, no, this week got a little bit Q&A, not too much. The return of a old favorite, sort of, I guess. And some other stuff. And some haul. Yeah, not good. Little hauly today. Um, but anyway, let's go ahead and get on it. First off, the tea of the week. Um, I've had this one before, but it's really good, and it's very Russian, which is you can't see it. There we go. Kind of cool. So I'm going to assume it says blueberries. I'm going to assume it's maybe like blueberries and blackberry and blackcurrant, and I'm not exactly sure what that big thing is right there. But anyway, it's good. Um, I I found it in like a little store run by a Russian family. I know that sounds weird, but so I don't know how easy it is to find, but if you can find it, it is absolutely amazing. Mm, mm. It's very I mean, it's fruity, berryish. I mean, I don't really know exactly how to explain it other than that. So if you like fruity sort of teas, which I do, obviously you've seen some of the stuff I've drank, then you'll definitely like it. So anyway, so that's the tea. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the mail Q&A stuff. Um, Kathy Belcher Klein. I am sorry. A couple people mentioned this as well. I'm not sure what happened to the links. I just copied and pasted them, but I will redo those this week, and hopefully they'll work this time. So sorry. Um, and let's see. Oh, let's see. So Jojo says hi. Hi. Healing Gamer says thanks for the info. You're very very welcome. Diane Duggan said, we might have to fight about who's the mass procrastinator, but we'll do it later. So, yeah, I responded, we'll do it later, but you said it first. Um, and she'd also mentioned the shirt that I'd worn last week. I like the shirt because, as with a lot of shirts, some of the shirts I have, it's cute on the surface, but if you kind of know what's going on, it has a bit of a deeper meaning. So I thought that was kind of nice. And also she had mentioned about J.K. Rowling, and that seems to be the general consensus where people are going to enjoy what they've got, but just not get anything further. So that's kind of I'm in the same camp. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense to me. So that's what I'm doing. All right. So cool. Haha, I got it right this time. Yeah. Um, so yeah, she was talking about how her pet has like a chest thing that makes it hard to breathe, and so I had it made me think about cats and dogs, especially dogs. A lot of them, there's well, not a lot, but there's some that are bred that have really short muzzles, um, like pugs and bulldogs, and that can cause problems. I mean, that doesn't mean don't get one. That just means you have to know what you're getting into, know that this is an issue, and it it should be fine. Um, so yeah, that's just a thing. Thankfully, my cat, the only thing she has, I think I've talked about this before as well. She has a little scar on her mouth, from before we got her, so we don't really know what happened. Um, and she also had some bad teeth we had to pull. So, um, so those are her only physical issues. The teeth have not caused any problems. She still eats her dry food. The only thing that's kind of weird is like when she yawns, there's like a lot less teeth there, so it's weird. And she's not much of a biter. Um, well, I guess I'm kind of healing up, but I do have I do have some cat scars, but she's more of a scratcher than a biter. She bites occasionally, but she'll definitely She's a claw kind of girl. So having less teeth has not been, and she's an indoor cat anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Um, she also had mentioned bring back Smaug. Your wish is granted. So we'll talk about that in a minute. Um, and she talked about Pattern Keeper. So she said that there was a Maria Bravko pattern that she put into Pattern Keeper, which is not technically a full coverage, and Smaug is not full coverage. So you can put it in now, and Smaug is also by Maria Bravko. And I'll try to put the link if it works. Um, you can put non full coverage ones in. Now with her specifically, I had some rows that came up as just like black lines instead of the actual patterns. Sorry about that. And so and I don't know what it was specifically. And the thing is that she also has a lot of um backstitching, a lot of backstitching. So with her patterns, hers don't really work as well in Pattern Keeper. So I'm going to end up just using paper. But yeah, so you can put um non full coverage into Pattern Keeper. It's just hers specifically maybe aren't the best to do it with, but that's just hers. So that doesn't mean I'm not going to try for other ones. So that's always good. And again, she mentioned the comments, the links, and I'll work on those. Hi, Aussie Stitcher. I'm glad you found me. Um, yeah, my patterns are a bit of everywhere. I have a little bit of everything, so it's very eclectic, kind of like me. So it works. Stitching the line of good enough. She had mentioned Threadworks. I should be getting that Threadworks Monday or Tuesday. The mail is screwed up, so I mean, I understand. I really do. I have I know a good friend of mine who works in the um U.S. Postal Service doing he's in one of the sorting facilities, so I understand the craziness. I do, but I mean it's still frustrating. So, but yeah. So as soon as I get that, um, I don't know if I'm going to start that yet. It's an ink circles that I have that I want to use that Threadworks on, and I believe I showed it last week, but I don't know when that'll actually get started because I don't know specifically um, what fabric I want to use for it yet. I mean, I've got crap loads of fabric, so I'm not worried about it. I just need to look at the thread and decide, what it'll go on. I have a couple of ideas, so we'll see. And the last one is going to be Memory Baker. Um, these guys, her and her and her wife they were from Rock Hill, which isn't too far away from me. They moved to the beach, a little further away, and I am jealous. So, darn you. No, not really. No, but I really am jealous that they moved to the beach. I mean, I'm happy for them. Don't get me wrong. That's something that they've wanted to do for a long time. So that's really awesome. So I'm glad you guys got to move to the beach, but I'm jealous because I've been watching a lot of surfing videos and such lately, and so that's been kind of getting me in the mood to go to the beach. But I'm like probably maybe 4 hours away from the nearest beach. So I mean, it could be worse. I mean, at least I'm not in a landlocked state, so there's that. But I can't just up and go to the beach. So it is what it is. Oh yeah, Selena says hi. Well, she says meow, but hopefully it means hi. But you never know with a cat; they have an attitude, so it could mean anything. So if it meant something bad, I apologize. But she says meow, and oh hi. Yeah, guess who's just sitting at my feet? Hello. I don't think she's gonna make an appearance, unfortunately. Anyways, so speak of the devil, and she shall come. Apparently, but so that's the mail. I think that is everything this week. So let's go ahead and move along. So the next one's going to be new starts. No new starts. Sorry, I had to think about it for a second. Like, what have I worked on? Um, there are no new starts, but and this kind of goes into haul, which I'm not even bothering to show you all of this, but I have the book in here. Yes, the book is in here. So I had this copy of Starry Night and by Cross-Stitch Collectibles. And since I have Pattern Keeper, and I have not been working on this because it's huge, it's like, what is it, 300 by, like 350 by 375 or something like that. I know people who are Hage are like, whatever. 350 by 275, sorry. So, but I haven't been working on it because honestly, it's just been too daunting. Which is funny because I'm doing the Good Omens, but whatever. So, um, I thought, well, okay, let me do this the Pattern Keeper, and I was hoping that Cross's Collectibles would be able to just give me a copy of this one for um, since I already bought it, obviously. But unfortunately not. So I did have to rebuy it. But the thing is that it's not exactly the same. The colors are different and the size is a little different. It's actually a little smaller, which is okay. Um, so I now have a new copy of it in Pattern Keeper. And I had to resort all the thread, figure out what was still in there, what I needed to buy, and it was just a mess. But I got it. So it is ready to go. It's in Pattern Keeper. I've got all the threads. They're all on the little sorry, I keep doing that. They're on the little rings, like I think it's 9 per rings, and I think I have like 11 rings worth down here. Let's see if I can. Oh, there you go. That's all. That's good stuff. Anyway, so and a cute little bee bag. I have no idea where I got this from, unfortunately, but it's really cool because it's got um this little thing at the top, and then on the other side, it does have, which is you can see I've already marked off the fabric, and I have, of course, the most appropriate nail monitor ever. But yeah, so this is a nice bag, real well made. I wish I knew where I gotten it from. I've had it forever. Well, not forever, but year and a half at least. So, all right. So that's not a new start, but it will be a new start soon because I want to get it done. Um, I've had it. It was a New Year, New Start in 2018, 2019. Sorry, 2019. So it's been sitting with maybe 100 stitches done, maybe, for about a year and a half. So yeah, this needs to change. So anyway, but so obviously I got Pattern Keeper. I think I talked about it last week. And I think I'd already gotten it before last week. Sorry, my memories. But yeah, so I have it. I'm using it. It's great. I love it. It's easy to use on the Kindle Fire. I so far I recommend it. The only thing is I do wish that more patterns were on there, but it's still in the early stages, so that is being worked on. So that's not a problem. All right, so works in progress. I will go ahead and show you this one because I don't remember if I actually worked any more on it or not. I don't think so, but for Good Omens, I have been. This is so page 2 is done, and I'm starting to get just a little bit of the frame of page 3 over here done. I am sorry, I don't know why my computer is beeping, but so I don't remember if I showed you that last week. Um, but if not, that's that. But I did actually work a good bit this week. I worked on 3 different things. The first one I'll go ahead and do is the my Italian flag. So that's going along really well. I have the green and the white done, and oh, that's part of my haul. So, Vicky Stitching Buttons, who I blame for everything, um, had these. It's a it's stuck on the metal. There we go. It is a combination of needle minder and also um, thread picker. So, when you need to frog, so a frogger. And of course it's bees. Well, bee singular. And so you can just put that on the back and it's out of the way, which is great. And I tell you what, I will undo this. I'm not going to take it out of the hoop, sorry, because it's a pain in the butt. But I can show you. I promise that tape was not all over the thread. So I've got the green done, got the white done, and I am starting to work on the red. So I don't have all that much left to go. And once that's done, it will eventually go to my dad. I don't know if I'm going to wait for his birthday or what I'm going to do exactly. I haven't figured it out yet. I don't know what I'm going to do for, um, putting in a frame or anything like that. So, but that is done, or that's getting worked on, I should say. So that, I don't think, it's a lot of very mindless stitching, and I really think that I could get that done this week if I work on it kind of exclusively. But I have other stuff I'm working on, so I don't know that I really, and it gets a little mindless and it can get boring after a while, so I don't know that I really want to work on that exclusively this week. So it may not get done this week. We'll see. The second is going to be sea glass, and this is another one. Um, sorry. That I got for a pattern keeper, and unfortunately, so this is hey, there we go. I again another one I got. So pretty. I love it. Look at all those colors. Um, I got it on paper first, and unfortunately, they did not let me get a copy for Pattern Keeper, but it was very inexpensive. It was a lot cheaper than Van Gogh. So I just went ahead and got it for Pattern Keeper, and I tell you what, man, it really does go faster with Pattern Keeper. I am not gonna lie. So I actually got a good bit done. Oh, there we go. That's not bad. Showing up all right. And there's a lot of very subtle color changes that are actually picking up because I do apologize. I had the windows open and the sun's kind of going in and out, so I'm a little washed out. But yeah. So yeah, got some Bob Ross down here. But yeah, those colors are showing up all right. So some of these, there's a very subtle difference between the two colors, and it's weird because it looks a little less subtle in the picture. Um, so I was a little disappointed at that, but it's still very, very pretty. I love it, and I think it's going to look beautiful. So I'm very much looking forward to getting that done. And finally, dun, 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 I don't know if you guys remember what's in here, but somebody came out of timeout this week. Okay, anyway, and all the good happy dances. So I've been kind of for whatever weird reason, pull that through. There we go. I've kind of been in a mood to watch the Hobbit movies lately in the last week or two. I don't know why. And especially now, since Ian Holm passed away recently. He's the one who played the older Bilbo in the first movies, and also a little bit in the Hobbit. I know he's in the very beginning. I think he might be in the very end of the last movie too. Um, but I watched number one and number two last night. Unexpected Journey and Desolation of Smaug. Um, I did not get to the third one because by the time I finished the second one, it was almost 3 in the morning, and I'm like, yeah, I gotta sleep. So, but guess what I worked on while I was watching? Oh yeah, and we have an eye mostly. There's one color missing. But we've got an eye and a bit of a cheek going, and yeah. And I count and count and count, and so far, everything seems to be okay. So yeah, I mean, it looks a little weird, but but yeah, I mean, we're getting that cheek going, and it actually does not go too much further back this way. Maybe back to about here-ish, because these are kind of his horns coming off the back of his head there. So that's about as long as it's gonna be. So and yeah, so that's actually really cool. Um, but yeah, I'm really happy, and I wish. I mean, for almost 6 hours of movie, you would think that I would have gotten more, but I still had to do a lot of frogging. This is the frog heaviest stitch that I've ever done because this is very fiddly. You can see there's back stitching and there's a lot of colors, and so because this is only two shades of red here so far, plus two shades of orange and two shades of yellow, I believe. Yeah, for the eyes. So, you know, but I mean, I'm really excited. I've been wanting to work on them for a while, and now that I've kind of gotten a little further, I've gotten over that little speed bump. Um, I'm really excited to work on them again. It's not a big project. It's just a lot of color changes and a lot of backstitch. So it is unfortunately a lot slower. So, okay, and okay, we're having a little landslide over here. Um, so it's a lot slower than it would be if it was just um if it was bigger blocks of color. I could get that done really quickly, but no. So it's gonna take a few more smogs to a few more watchings of Smaug to do that. But ah, I am fire, I am death. Or as I like to call him, Smoggy Poo. Yeah, I'm just weird like that though. But yeah, so that is all of my stitching. Um, there were no finished objects, of course, no fully finished. That's the start of my life. Plans. Well, there are a couple of things starting on July the 1st. There is a um full coverage fanatics, like a bingo sort of thing, which I kind of want to do. And I've got everything. If I do it, I don't know for sure. There's one row, one part of the bingo I don't have a full coverage for. Um, so I don't know what I'm gonna do. So I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Other than that, just work on those. Try to get a little bit more done in Pattern Keeper because it really Sorry, I'm fiddly today. I apologize. I'm very ADHD, so it's like squirrel. So I apologize if I'm fidgety. So yeah, other than that, just hopefully get a little bit more done in Smaug. Maybe get that flag done. That would be really nice to kind of get that off my plate. Um, it's not been bad to stitch or anything. It's just that you know, it's having something finished would be nice. Um, I've been pretty. I started a lot of big things, and so I don't have a lot of finishes lately in the last couple months, and that's a little discouraging. You like to see things finished, so and it's not inconsequential pattern, that flag one. So um, I don't remember. I want to say it's like 110 by 90 or something of that sort. It's not huge, but it's not inconsequential. So yeah, that's that. All right. So haul. So I was not great in haul. Obviously I had some DMC for Starry Night, and also I thought there was something else that might have had. No, maybe it was just Starry Night then. That had some DMC for it. But anyway, so that I also got, because Yarn Tree had a really good deal. It is a fat quarter of vintage country mocha. There we go, 18 count. It's really nice. It's a tiny bit darker than I thought it would be. It's got a nice little modeling in it though, which is nice. But it would. I I'm really big on just stitching in a lot of browns and tans and all those kind of neutral colors. And I have other fabrics which are colorful, which I don't know. I need to branch out a little bit. I have some that are on some odd fabrics, but mostly I try neutrals. Mostly I do neutrals, so I got that. I also was kind of, I was really bad. GaRonTottenBags had a the most, well, some Saturdays, some Sundays, they have sales like at least once a month. And and I'm sorry, they're still in the packages. Sorry. I was really bad. These are 12 by 13, I believe. So they will fit in 11 by 11 Q snap. But I've got, of course, because I'm a terrible Anglophile, I got British flags and buses, and it's not Big Ben. It was Victoria Tower, I believe, but it's now Elizabeth Tower. Looks like, is that the front of yeah, I think that's the gates. It's upside down, but I believe that's the gates in front of the castle. Let's see, what else have we got? The double decker buses, all that good stuff. Anyway, so that one, and I know I actually got this in the 12 by 18, and now I have it in the 12 by 13 too. So we've got some lavender and a bunch of bee caps and lemons and all sorts of pretty things. And then the last one, there's a bunch of different things it says. So my favorite is you can't buy happiness, but you can buy coffee, and that's pretty close. It's coffee o'clock. Hello, coffee, my old friend. Laughter. It's a love, laughter, and lots of strong coffee. Wake up and smell the coffee. So those are the sorts of things. I do love tea, but I actually love coffee as well. So there is that. And the last thing is actually something I really want you guys' help with. So I've been waiting for this for a long time, for months and months, and finally, and again, it's fine because I know things are crazy, so I'm not upset or anything like that. But there are these things called stitchy boxes where you get um, little accoutrement and um, fabric and patterns and threads and all sorts of good stuff. So I got my first stitchy box. This is, of course, can I read it? There we go. Bees, small batch countdown box. And so they are marked 1 through 30. I'll just pick up one so it'll be easier to show you. Oh man. Sorry, this light is just killing me. So day 24 and day 16. So 1 through 30 you open them up once a day. So, which is great. And it's supposed to start July the 1st. So I don't have to wait too long. Awesome. But here is my dilemma. And I need you guys' help. Please help me with this. There are two choices. Since I don't know how to edit and I'm an idiot, I am what I am. My two choices are this. Either I can do a very short video every day, opening one of those, plus my normal videos. Oh, and I forgot to say I apologize for not doing this on Saturday. Saturday was a little crazy, so I'm doing it on Sunday. So I can either do one short video a day, opening those, and again my normal, hopefully on Saturdays, or I can wait and open a week's worth every Saturday. So I'd like to know what you guys would rather me do. I don't particularly have a druther. I'm really okay with either of them. I'll take that's not really an unofficial vote slash poll. But please, if you can, comment. If you don't comment about anything else, just tell me which way you'd rather do it, because I really cannot decide. I'm a terribly wishy-washy person. terribly. So help me out here, guys, please. Okay. All right, cool. So that's haul. I guess it could have been worse. Um. So FlossTuber of the week. Um. I'm. Uh. I've been watching a lot of really cool people. One group of people who they haven't been doing it for too long, but they already have a really nice following. They're really cool, and I love watching them. The Lord and Lady of Stitchshire, which is Sarah and Coy, husband and wife team, and they are somewhere in Georgia, I believe. Um, and they're really fun to watch. I love. They have a great intro, and they have a good setup, and um, I really like what they've been doing. I know that Koi is doing kind of a nerdy Overwatch sort of thing, so I appreciate the nerdy gamer part of it. Um, but yeah, so definitely go ahead and give them a watch, and I will, of course, links below. All right, so the stitching website of the week. I apologize, I'm having some. There we go. Having some technical difficulties over here. The stitching website of the week is going to be Lord Libidan, which I guess it's a guy, I don't know, but it's actually a very cool website that's got all sorts of stitching resources. They have I will show you what I got here. Sorry. So, Joanne's in the US is about to have excuse me, I'm sorry. I believe they do it quarterly-ish. They have a like too low to show sale on DMC, and so I really want to get a master set of DMC, and so I was looking for a updated list, and I found somebody suggested Lord Libidim, and so I not only have my list of stuff that I have don't have, which thankfully I have a lot more than I thought I did. I mean, it's still going to be expensive, and I might not be able to get everything, but we'll see. But the website has um, if you want to do skin conversions, um, if because let's face it, there most of the stitching when you do people, the people are going to be white. They're going to be light skinned. So he has different um, skin conversions. I believe that he has conversions like from different between different um, companies. Like DMC to weeks or something like that. So there's a lot of really good stuff like that on there. So it's definitely worth taking a look at. But yeah, I've only and I only saw it. I only got it last night. I only saw it last night, so I haven't even scratched the surface. That's why I can't tell you everything that's on there yet. But it's definitely worth looking at. And of course, again, links below. Um, the non-stitchy website of the week. Sorry about my sniffling. It's allergy. Gotta love them. Non-stitchy website of the week is going to be Kitnip Box, and I there's obviously no official or anything. I don't actually get it. I can't right now, unfortunately. But it is a monthly box of treats. It's like a how you like the Stitchy box where you get like well that's not monthly but um where like loot boxes you get like every month you get like a little box of something that's cool or nerdy or whatever. Well, this is kind of the same thing except it's for cats. So it'll have like catnip treats and uh food or not necessarily food but like treats or toys or that sort of enrichment stuff for cats, which is really cute. Honestly, right now, she's got so many toys. You know, it's, it's not really worth it for me. I actually got one of those. They had like a big old, like, I don't know, like that long of a stocking for cats from Walmart. It was like $5 or $6, and I have not even used all of the toys out of it yet. So, yeah, our cat's spoiled, spoiled rotten. So yeah, but it looks really cute, and it may be something I do in the future. We'll see. But yeah, I thought I would recommend that because it is something that I have thought about getting, but I just right now I just can't. But in the future. All right. The last one is usually my random bee fact, and it is a random bee fact, but I also have a link to go with it this time. Apparently there was a article on Reddit, which is always interesting. It's you never know what kind of rabbit hole you're gonna fall down with Reddit, but in Australia, I believe it is, there's been a big drought, and the bee population, which is already pretty threatened, has been hard hit. And so beekeepers are actually making this slurry of sugar water and pollen supplement, and they're feeding it to the bees. And so there's this great video about just putting it all together, and it's just this weird, like, um, beigeish, yellowish liquid that looks very, unappetizing, but obviously the bees would love it. So, I'm gonna put that video. Boy, I hope my videos work. I'm kind of after last week. I'm a little anxious about getting my links to work, but I'll go ahead and put that link there. Now, just a forewarning, the Reddit link does have the link itself has language in it. Um, and there's nothing I can do about that. Sorry. It is what it is. Um, I mean, I've cursed on here before, so I don't think anybody has any issues. But just a warning. So, all right. Well, I guess, excuse me. I guess that is about it. God, I'm sorry for being totally washed out this week, but apparently, just the light coming from outside is just not very conducive to videoing, but it is what it is. But yeah, I think that's about it. So I hope you guys have a good week. I hope you guys stitch a lot. Um, and I suppose that I will talk to all you guys later. Bye!